It's your boy Tito Hustles. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in right now. I have a special interview for you guys today, and we're going to be talking about the Task Rabbit business. Y'all heard me right. We don't say business, we say business. Y'all heard? Comment below if you guys just heard. We have a couple people on right now. Guys, without further ado, let me introduce you guys to my special guest.
Hello.
My brother from another mother. First question is introduce yourself. What's your name, your age, where are you from, and what are your hobbies?
All right. My name is Cash. That's short for Kashish. And my age, I'm 27. I'm from India originally. I moved here in 2018 and trying to adapt ever since. When in Rome, act like Romans do. And my hobbies would be making money.
I feel like that's most people's favorite hobby too, right?
I know, right? But I also like soccer. I like playing the guitar. I like video gaming and the other average American stuff.
I feel you, boss. Boss, quick question. So, can you explain to the people how does this work exactly? How does TaskRabbit work?
All right, so TaskRabbit is an app that you can download on your phone. There are two versions of it. One is for the clients, and one is for the taskers. So if you want to perform tasks, you have to download this app called the Tasker app, and then once you have it, you want to sign up for it, do the verification. There's gonna be like a background check. They charge you like $25 for that, but it's worth it. Once you pass out on everything, you're in. And yep, you set your own rates, you set your own time. So it's pretty straightforward, and it's really interesting. In terms of the the business boom that was taking place during COVID. Everyone wanted to do a startup, so it's somewhere you could have your own startup kind of thing. So, yep, you basically sell yourself on that app. Whatever you're good at, like your skills. If you're good at just painting, you could, make money doing painting, or it could be writing cover letters or resumes. You could do anything. Just imagine whatever you're good at, just put it on that, and boom, you can start making money.
When somebody books with you, right? Like, what do you think makes them pick you compared to somebody else? Like,
of course, yeah. You wanna pay attention to the details and go all in. If you wanna make money, you wanna shine out there. You wanna do everything you can to stand out. And the way they would pick you over someone else would be you wanna define your skills. Just don't write hey, I'm good at XYZ. For example, I got a lot of jobs doing handyman gigs. Yeah. So I would make sure that I put in details I have tools, I have experience, things like that. And put a good profile picture. The reason why clients go for you would be if you have a lot of jobs that you've done before. So don't charge a lot initially. Just go for the market rate, and eventually when you have a lot of clients, I would say maybe 200 or something, that's when you can bump up your price.
200 clients?
Yeah, I mean
that's a lot of
tasks,
clients, bro. So wait, so back when you started doing TaskRabbit, right? How much were your rates per hour?
I went with the market. Usually the handyman, heavy lifting, all that kind of gig was about $30, $35 an hour, which is super low right now. I would end up making $80 an hour, current rate. But then before, I would make about $30 an hour doing those kind of gigs, and then there were gigs where I just made $20, delivering things. So So you got to pick your battle. You want to make sure that you just like go with the market earlier, and it's fine. Like even if you're getting dirt cheap, you're making yourself known there. So there's a lot of like learning that you're doing as well. Because I didn't know nothing earlier. Like a friend of mine taught me how to like mount a TV, and this was when I was with him in Tennessee. I'm talking about Krishna. Like he taught me how to mount a TV. Like I saw him doing it, and then I don't know. I just got a lot of experience on my job. Like I would just tell my clients like, hey, listen, my rates are low. It's because I'm learning. If you give me an opportunity, I'm gonna make sure I do my best to serve you. So yeah, you want to just be honest, upfront, and just put it out there. That's it.
Right. I kind of don't like to pay somebody else to do something for me. Like if something is too hard, I'm gonna most likely pay somebody else to like do it for me. So speaking about mounting a TV, like I feel like some people think that it's difficult and stuff like that, but from a scale of 1 through 10, and 10 being very difficult, how much would you rate? How hard is it to mount a TV actually? Is it hard or no?
It's not hard, I would say. There's a technique. Like you want to know how to do it. So every wall in the country is different. Like there are walls which are just like they have studs. Some of them don't have studs. Some of them have studs which are like close. Some of them have studs which are like far away. So usually the law is it's like 16 apart, but there are a few walls which are like 24 apart. So you want to make sure you have a stud finder to begin with.
Okay.
And a stud is basically a beam which is in a wall which is supporting the wall. So a lot of times, like you'll find a wall without like a stud or anything because maybe it's just concrete. So it's really like it doesn't need a stud because everything's like super like intact. But then nowadays, like due to insulation and like we're in New Jersey and New York, this area like it gets super cold. So the walls they're like specially made this way so that there's heat inside the house. So that's why there's studs in it. And you want to find the stud using the stud finder. You want to ask what position is best. Like usually it's like the center of the wall, but depending on where like you want to mount. And then once you finalize the position, everything, like what I would say is measure twice, cut once. That's what I've learned. Like you do not want to make a mistake when you're making holes inside the wall.
Right, I got you.
Right, like once you drill something in, that's where you should like just finish it off. Like don't want to make a mistake there. So make sure you find the center of the wall. Like you measure everything, find the stud. If the stud's not there, you want to use like a butterfly anchor. So it's like an anchor that you could put in, and then it pops up from the back. So it just holds the wall in the back, and then you can put your screw on. And there are a few butterfly anchors that you can find online on Amazon.
Yeah.
They can hold like about, I say, 30 pounds or 25 pounds each. So put 4 of those and you're good.
Bet. Boss man, there's so many apps out there. There's Uber, there's Instacart, there's Shipt. Like, why TaskRabbit? What made you want to do TaskRabbit compared to all those other gig economy apps?
I would say I got lucky with this because I got into TaskRabbit in 2019. I think
2019. Wow.
Like, just the start of COVID. Like I was actually working in Amazon, the warehouse back then, and I'm glad I left that job.
Really?
It made me work crazy over there.
Holy
but anyway. Coming back to TaskRabbit. So a friend of mine, she suggested that, hey, why don't you do TaskRabbit? It's pretty cool. Like you can check it out. I was like, okay. I was doing Amazon back then, and I would do like 12-hour shifts. It was crazy, and I was like, let me just try this TaskRabbit thing. I put my profile, everything. I made everything, and then boom, I got like a request, and luckily I was off then, so I did it. And I kept getting so much business on that, and I was making more than what I was making on Amazon. So I was like, really? I'm gonna do TaskRabbit. I was making like $17 an hour at Amazon, but then I was like, if I could do TaskRabbit, I could make like $30 an hour, pick my own spot, like other than going to like a place, like Amazon. Like I had to go to their warehouse and just do the same thing every day. This kept me occupied, like taught me a lot of things. I could jump around, like do deliveries. I could do, handyman stuff. I could do moving things around, like heavy lifting, all that kind of stuff. So it was pretty cool and new, and maybe that's the reason why I got invested in it, and it was pretty nice.
You know what? Something else that I was gonna ask you was like, okay, so how much commission does TaskRabbit take? So like, if you do a job and the customer accepts and you're charging $30 per hour, how much is your take home fee after that? Because I'm sure that TaskRabbit has to eat too, right?
Funny part, you do actually take $30 an hour.
Okay.
You take everything. So the way it works is you put your rate, and then they put their rate, and that's how they sell you. So if you put $30, they'll probably put in like a 5 over it, so they'll show on the profile that it's 35.
Oh, I
and
see.
They would get that $5 per hour, and you would get the 30. But then this was before they changed their price model. Now I guess it's like 100%. They just charge like a service fee or something right now. I'm not sure because it's been a while since I've done it because I moved to a new place. Ideally, whatever you put on the app, you get that.
Okay. If there's anybody else that's tuning in right now, comment below where you guys are from. Keep in mind, guys, we're talking about the TaskRabbit business. It's basically this app where people can hire you for all types of jobs. Either if you need your TV mounted, you need somebody to wait in line for you, to shovel snow, any job that you guys can think about, TaskRabbit is there for you. So our special guest today is Cash. So back to the questions, right? What other businesses or what other side hustles have you done besides TaskRabbit?
Besides TaskRabbit, not too sure. I think I did Instacart. I did Postmates. I also tried Grubhub, but I got bored. I kept the bag. The bag's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Postmates was, I would say, it was like a set amount of price that I would get. But then again, like, I wouldn't get paid for the hour. And then, it would be like $6 to like drive like from here to there, like super crazy. Grubhub is this. I think Grubhub you probably make more money, but then I just couldn't link up with Grubhub real good. And yeah, I mean, what else did I say? Postmates, Grubhub.
Yeah. But you know what it is, though? I feel like that's good that you tried out other side hustles. You know me personally. I've tried out everything. I used to sell Italian ice cream carts, candy machine business, sell some weed on the side. No, I'm just kidding about the weed part.
By the way, I'm so sorry to cut you off. I remembered Instacart that I did, and I actually made, good amount of money on Instacart. So there were situations where, like, I wouldn't get a lot of jobs at TaskRabbit because it was COVID, so a lot of clients wouldn't like hire you. So I would go do Instacart, and that was like perfect during COVID. Like no one wants to go out to shop.
I was making so much money during COVID for Instacart, bro. Listen, I was one of the first people to jump on Instacart. As soon as Instacart came to Jersey, I was one of the like before COVID, like it was slow. I was getting these $10 orders. It was okay. As soon as COVID hit, I got $30 orders, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80 orders. And like it was busy all day. Nobody wanted to go outside, bro. Like I was making like $300 per day doing Instacart. Of course, I was a little bit scared to catch COVID, but I still gotta eat. I gotta pay for my bills. I gotta pay my rent. I gotta pay for my dog. So shout out to Instacart, yo. Like if it wasn't for Instacart, bro, like I would have been messed up because money was tight back then for sure.
Yeah, that's how it is. The general rule of thumb, like you want to be brave when everyone's scared.
Yeah,
that's what gets you the money.
Yep. Brother, now let's talk about one of the most important questions. And for every business that you in, if you're not making money, you basically don't have no business. So this question is, what is the most money that you made in one day while doing TaskRabbit? From your TaskRabbit history, what's the most that you made in one day as a tasker?
That's actually a good question. So I did make I would say like $1,000 in a day.
A Gino?
Yeah.
A Gino. 1,000?
Yeah.
Okay, bro. What type of job was you doing? Like,
Someone was moving from place A to place B, and I had to get a U-Haul. I had to move them. I had to mount their TV, and just like do a few things at their house, like build their table and stuff like that. So I just straight up, I was like, I'm gonna charge you $1,000, and they're like, okay. So you want to know your worth? That's how you make the money.
shout out to Drake. Know yourself, know your worth. How long did that job take you to complete from start to finish? Was like that like an 8-hour job, a 10-hour job?
I would say that took about 5 hours or 4 hours.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You telling me in 5 hours, people, make sure you guys are taking the wax out of your ears. You saying you made $1,000 in one day working 5 hours?
That is true.
Guys, I'm not selling sneakers anymore. I'm going to team up with Kashish, and I'm going to start the TaskRabbit business tomorrow, June 28th, 2022. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we're going to sign up. Wait, hold on a second. Damn, brother. $1,000. Hold on, I got to write this down. I got to put this in here. $1,000 in 5 hours. Holy smokes. Okay. Bro, that is a blessing. There are doctors and lawyers who don't even make that.
That's why I started off my own business called Cash and Carry.
Spell cash and carry for me.
It's KASH.
So cash.
CARRY.
Wait, hold on. So it's cash, and then what else?
And carry. KASHANDCARRY.
Let's talk about the bad news, because for all businesses, we got the good times, and then we got the bad times, right?
You're right.
What's the least amount of money that you made in one day? And what type of job was it?
Like, me starting off, that would probably be like $30 or something. But then in my prime, I would say like $60.
$60. What type of job was that?
It was a TV, like a simple mount. I made a lot of money during mounts. This was a 60. The 30 was probably just helping move something, I guess. They actually gave me $20 tip as well, because they found me very eager to help, and they like my personality. Yeah, you actually get a lot of money during these kind of jobs when the clients, they give you tips. Like you end up, instead of like making like let's say $500, you might end up taking $550 or $600, because they just tip you. Like a lot of clients, they give you good tips. So these kind of jobs, like especially like side hustles, you want to give good customer service. You want to make sure that you do your job right, good quality, and yeah, you get good tips then.
I feel like, brother, that's the most important thing for any business. You have to give good customer service. The customer is always right. You always got to do the best possible job that you can do. Back to the finances, right? So you did mention earlier that you made $1,000 in 5 hours, which I'm about to quit my sneaker stuff tonight, actually. So tomorrow, expect my phone call. But anyways, what's the most you made in 1 week, my brother? In 1 full week of being a full-time tasker?
A full-time tasker.
What's the most you made in 1 week?
I would say between 2,000 going down to 1.5,
1.5 to $2,000 per week is the most that you made. That's not bad. If you do that every week, that's about what? $6,000 to $8,000 per month.
But that's me doing jobs like throughout the week, and I would just say yes to basically all jobs. Like I wouldn't do something of my own. Like for example, like if I get like 5 jobs in a day, like I would honor all of them. Like I would try to obviously squeeze in my lunch, breakfast, all that kind of stuff. But then I would honor those tasks. I wouldn't be like, hey, come on, like I gotta do this thing, I gotta do that thing. Like I would put my time completely in those tasks. So usually what happens is when you're in TaskRabbit, a lot of times like you set like a set schedule where it's like, hey, I just want to work from 12 in the morning to like 5 or something, or I don't know, like maybe from 5 to like 12 at night or something. Like
Yeah.
that's what you think and that's what you do, but then you're actually missing the other half that you're not like, putting yourself available for. So you want to put yourself available for the whole time. Like there's this option where you just put your availability on. So if you get jobs, you make money. But if you don't, you can do what you want to do, right? Like you could do that. Like if like for example, like if I'm going to the gym and let's say I get a job, what I could do is I could tell them that, hey, I have nothing. I'm actually busy right now, so can I come like in an hour or something? Like, you could always have a chat with the client. If the client says, no, I really need you to be here right now, so you want to pick your battle. Like you want to go to the gym or you want to go get that money and then do the gym. You know, right?
Right. What's the most common job that people hire you for on TaskRabbit?
Common jobs were basically mounting TVs. I did a lot of delivery as well, but then
Is furniture assembly popular for you? Is it a
oh
common
yeah,
job that people hire you
that
for?
is also popular. Yes, sorry, it slipped out of my mind. Yeah, I did have a lot of experience building IKEA furniture.
And yo, it's so crazy. Like, so I did TaskRabbit too. I've done maybe like 5 jobs, bro. Like, I thought that to assemble furniture was hard. Like, it's so easy. Like, there is a little manual. It tells you
It
you just gotta
is
do this.
extremely easy.
Bro, I would never hire somebody else to assemble my furniture. Like, how lazy can you be?
So the way it works is, a lot of everyone is different. I would say so. If they're hiring you for that, like maybe they just can't do it. Like they're bad at like logic and stuff like that. Maybe they're good at other things that we're not good at. So I would say like those kind of situations, yes, it's extremely easy. We're the hustlers, man. You and I, we can do everything.
I'm down to
Trust
do
me.
anything, my brother, as long as it's
Yeah,
legal.
exactly. And remember those days when you used to work at Home Depot?
I used to work at Home Depot. Yup.
Exactly. So imagine that, and now like you have your own sneaker business. So how did you do that? Because you try to do everything, try to find where you're good at, and boom, you found the sneaker business, and now you're making money. So that's how it is. Like I mean, we're hustlers, but then a lot of people they're not hustlers. They're just like they're going through their stuff and they're not good at assembly or something. So that's where you come in. Like you think of it as you're solving issues, you're solving problems. You're a shoulder for them. Like maybe they can do whatever they want. Like someone hired me to organize their living room. Like they just wanted, like it was a complete mess. I guess she was going through a breakup, or I don't know what was going on, but it was insane. Like it was so easy to do it. Like I just had to pick up books which were on the floor and put it back in the library
Oh my
shelf.
god.
Like super easy, but
Easy money.
yeah, I mean, someone hired me for that. Like I don't want to judge them, but yeah, like it is what it is. You got the job. You want to make sure you do it well and you get paid. So
Yo, speaking of,
IKEA assembly is super easy. You want to follow the instructions, and once you keep doing other IKEA jobs, you'll get the flow. And it's like after upon a time, you don't even need the instructions. You're so good at it.
yo, so sometimes you have to go into people's houses, right?
Yep.
Do you ever feel uncomfortable with some of your customers? Like, I don't know. You know how there's crazy people out there. Have you ever got that vibe that someone was gonna like do something to you? Like, were you a little extra nervous going into somebody's house? Like, maybe their house looked like one of those scary movies, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then, like, have you ever canceled a job because you thought that it was sketchy or something like that?
There have been situations. I don't remember all of them, but
Explain
yeah,
the
I'm not gonna
last
say
one.
that I haven't been in that situation. Yes, I have. I believe like there was this experience that I like to share. Like I was going to one neighborhood and it wasn't like friendly, and I just go out the door and I mean, she booked me for, I guess, 6 o'clock, and I was there at 6, and I'm knocking at her door, like no one's like opening the door. Like I called her, I texted her, no one responded, and the place was kind of creepy and like shady and stuff. So I mean, I took a picture of the door, and I posted on TaskRabbit, so that way we have a timestamp on the chat. And I was also like, I'm here, and like I called, there was no response, so I just left, and I got the cancellation fee. So that's how it works. So, if they would have picked up their phone or answered my texts, I would stay there until they get there, and I would help them. But yeah, that happens. So you get the cancellation fee. That's a really good feature about TaskRabbit, though.
Have you ever been to somebody's house, like you're inside of their house, and you just feel like there's something off?
I mean, not sure. Like they were like a bunch of guys smoking weed, and I mean, I was just doing my thing, and I left. So I don't know. Like it wasn't super crazy. Like haven't been in like a super crazy situation, but obviously, like if there's something super crazy, I would just call the cops, I guess, or just get out. Like, yeah, safety is first,
That's like something for me is like I don't feel comfortable going into people's houses, bro. Like I don't know you. I would prefer if they bring the job outside and I could do it in their front porch or in their back porch. Bro, let's just...
I'm so sorry. I just remembered something really crazy.
Go ahead. Share your story.
Someone hired me to get vapes and like some weed stuff, I guess. I don't know, like medical marijuana or something. Like I had to go to this smoke shop and pick up some things, and then I had to go to a hotel, and it was so weird. Like I go up there, and he told me to drop it off at his door, so I went up the elevator. I went to the door, and they were like these two guys standing outside, and it felt like they were high on like coke or something. Like they were just being really weird. Like I gave them their stuff, and they gave me the money, and they said that they could pay me back in cash. Oh yeah, a lot of times like they would ask you to buy things for them, and they ask you to use your money for that. Never use a debit card. Never use cash. Always use a credit card. If something goes wrong, you have it on the record, and you can file a dispute or like. You could always like TaskRabbit can reimburse you. So yeah, like that kind of situation is crazy. Like you don't want to lose your money like helping someone. Exactly. So yeah, you want to go extra mile, but then don't go like crazy and like don't take a hit for that. So I was in that kind of situation, and there was like this other guy. Like I guess I never met that guy, and he would make me go to like a pickup spot, like pick up something and drop it off somewhere, and I would get paid on the app, but I guess his card, like he didn't pay his dues or something, so I wasn't getting my money, so I had to like file a complaint with TaskRabbit, and that's how I got the money back for the job. Wow. So yeah, I mean, there could be credit card frauds that you could encounter, or creepy dudes, like you go to their houses and creepy people, like yeah, I mean, like if it's not your cup of tea and it's kind of weird, like you just want to cancel and put the reason on TaskRabbit, like hey, I don't feel safe or whatever, like so I guess they would understand.
Bro, I feel like that vape that you got hired for, I feel like that was probably drugs. They probably...
No, but I went to like a proper vape store, like I picked it up, so I had the receipt and everything. Like it was just like they didn't want to go out and buy it, and this was like I would like say like almost post COVID, so I guess like a lot of people were going out then, so it was just kind of skeptical, like why that guy wasn't getting out, but whatever. Went through that situation, everything's fine, I'm safe. So
good. Yo, what type of services? Name all the services that you offer to your customers.
Almost everything. Like I did handyman stuff, like assemblies. Like there was like a TV mount service, special skill, and there was mounting, like anything, like mounting a picture on the wall or something, that kind of stuff. I did not do cleaning because I just hate cleaning. I'm like a super lazy cleaner,
Yeah.
so I don't like cleaning. I never did that. I did organizing things. I also like showed apartments. Like I worked with some real estate dude. Like so it was. I don't know what that category was, but it was like I think personal assistant. I put
Personal assistant?
myself for that. I waited for people in lines for like DMV lines. I also bought things for people like grocery shopping on TaskRabbit. There's like an option to do that. I also deliver things. I guess I also sold things online for people. So yeah, pretty much a lot. Like move things around, moving in the house, or loading like U-Haul or something, or like any truck or something, or I don't know. Yeah, stuff like that.
So from all the like services that you offer to your customers, right? Like, how do you know what to like charge them?
Ooh, good question. So you start off with the base rate. Like every task has its own base rate. Like for example, deliveries was like $20, but then stuff like assembly and moving things like heavy lifting, all that kind of stuff was like I think $30 and 35 or something. So the more you did, like you had an option to like increase. No, you could increase it from the beginning, but then on TaskRabbit it shows you like there's like a range where it's like green and red. So if you're in the green, that just means that a lot of similar profiles like they have the same price. Like for example, my heavy lifting was 35, but then when I kept doing those jobs, it went up to like 40. So it would just show me that I could increase it to 40, and it's still green. So you get those kind of suggestions on the app, so that helps you choose the price. What I would do is I would keep it the highest in the green range. Like I don't want to go in the yellow or the red range. But then eventually, like when I learned things, and once I mastered my technique and everything, so I straight up went like $70 an hour, $80 an hour.
Holy
and that was
smokes!
Like above yellow, it was close to red, like the highest range.
And were people hiring you at $70 and $80 per hour? Were you getting jobs?
I was getting jobs for $90 an hour too.
From who? From Donald Trump? Jesus Christ! Because for those prices, just Trump can afford you.
I don't think you would hire an Indian.
I don't know.
Business
is business.
I don't talk politics.
Yeah. Me neither.
Moving on to I would go to like these rich folks in Jersey City or like Hoboken. I would get good jobs over there. The city, New York City, I just loved my experience over there. The only issue was parking and like driving, because I lived in Jersey, I lived in like Edison. I also moved to Bayonne, but eventually going up to the city would be like an hour, and then too much driving, traffic. But then it would pay off. Like I would get so much money. Like trust me, like jobs literally equivalent to like nothing. Like this lady, she hired me to watch a cat. Just like sit in my car, like close to some alley, and just try to like see if that cat falls in the trap that she laid. That's it. And I sat there for like 2 hours in my car and got paid like $50 an hour. It's like easy money.
What? She hired you to watch her cat?
Yeah, because she wanted to help adopt the cat, help the cat, because she had a similar cat, but the cat died. And she was scared like staying close to the alley, because New York's kind of creepy at nights, obviously. So she was just like she set up the trap, and she would just go up in her room, and then she would just coordinate with me on the cell phone. But yeah, all I had to do was like drive up close to that trap and just sit in my car, roll my window a little, and just see if the cat's gonna fall in the trap. But it was kind of sad to find out that the cat never fell in the trap. But then I did my job. I was like still watching over there, so I got the money.
Kashish, how much are you charging your customers right now? What are your rates?
I'm not working at the moment because I got a new job, but then
Okay.
my my latest price that I was charging, it actually depended on like the type of the person, like the type of the client. Like if the client's like rich, obviously I'm gonna charge more. Like I would charge like $120 flat to just mount a TV on the wall. Like doesn't matter how long it's gonna take, doesn't matter what wall, whatever. Like I use my own supplies. I would just give them like a flat rate for the TV mounts. So I would give this rate to like rich folks, like folks from Hoboken, New York, and they would just they wouldn't care. They're like, okay, because if you go to Home Depot, no, not Home Depot, my bad. If you go to Best Buy, if you ask them to mount your TV, they charge you $200.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So I mean, $120 is cheaper than that, and yeah, I mean, I knew how to do it. So I had my referrals because they were referred to through like their friends. So they told them obviously I did my job well. So $120 for TVs, I would go from I think $90 to $120, depending on like how the client is. This is just for TVs. And then assemblies, like I would just like probably charge $70 an hour, or like maybe 80 or 90, depending on the market, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, pretty much that.
I did mention that you're not doing TaskRabbit right now. Do you see yourself doing TaskRabbit in the future, or no?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the place where I'm at the moment, like I'm close to Canada. Like this place is not so. It's just like a town where I am right now. So TaskRabbit isn't that famous here. If I actually cross the border and go to Montreal, yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of jobs there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that. So yeah.
Have you tried to do TaskRabbit in your area right now?
Yeah, I did. Like the thing is, this area
maybe you should lower down your rates.
A lot of like there's no clients over here because you would get hired if people have TaskRabbit on their phone and they're trying to find you. It's like Uber. Like if you go to like Texas or something, all the way some place like where you think that you might not find like Uber, like I don't know, like, and try to find an Uber you want. Like over here, you get like Uber, but then not as much as the local cabs. Like, because I work at a hotel right now, so if I want to recommend the guests, I give them the local cab numbers because finding them is much easier than finding like a Lyft or an Uber. So demand and supply depends on that. So if I would be living closer to the city, I would definitely do TaskRabbit, but I cannot do it over here. Obviously, if I move or something in future, I'm definitely gonna do it.
Don't forget, if you guys want to hit up Cash, hit him up through his Instagram, Cash and Carry. He can do all types of jobs. Make sure you guys, I just commented down below. My boy Ermin, shout me out, please. Yo, what's good, Ermin? How you doing? Cash, let me ask you something else.
What's up?
Give me 3 pros and 3 cons about the TaskRabbit business, and start with the 3 cons first to get the bad stuff out the way.
All right, 3 cons, TaskRabbit. If you say no to a task, you get reviewed. Like it's gonna be like, hey, I decline a request. So that's gonna alter the acceptance rate for my profile, and basically a lot of other clients who are trying to hire me, they can see that. But what I was trying to say is it's the matrix. So like it has its like business model. Like for example, acceptance rate, and then cancellations and no-shows. So there are like these 3 things which would affect your profile ratings. So I guess when you said that acceptance, like you wouldn't accept a job that you didn't want to do. So if you didn't want to do that job, you shouldn't have marketed yourself for that job. For example, if I put like this thing on my profile, like, hey, I would like to make resumes for people, but then that's like something that I'm not good at, and it's just like something there, and I don't think like I should not put that on. And if I get hired for that, I should do it, like because I put it on my profile. But if I'm not gonna do it, that's gonna just mess up my ratings, and it's gonna put my profile lower than the others, because it's gonna be like, hey, this guy just, TaskRabbit referred me to someone, and they're trying to like hire me for that kind of skill, but then I don't want to do it because I don't want to do it. So if you don't want to do it, you do not want to put that on your profile. Simple as that. So if
Fair
you're
enough.
good at like assembling furniture, just put that. Like, don't put things that you're not good at and you don't want to do.
Fair enough.
So
Fair
that
enough.
way you don't have to cancel those jobs and not accept those jobs. But then again, like going back, like things that I don't like about the app.
Yeah.
One thing
The cons.
is like you have to accept everything. If you don't, then you get that thing, like the matrix thing. A second thing would be you don't get compensated for fuel or like tolls or something. So what I would do is I would put on my profile like, hey, like if you're trying to hire me from New York or something, you want to pay for the toll. Like I'm gonna charge you for the tolls, and like I never charge anyone for the gas, but I charge them for parking, because in my head I was just like, gas would probably cost like less than $5. Trust me, like going anywhere would be like super cheap.
Well, prices
So
right now ain't cheap no more. Gas prices are
right
very.
now is expensive. Yeah, you're right. Right now, like it's crazy. But then I would never charge anyone for the gas, because I would make a lot just going there. Like just showing up, finishing my job in like 5 minutes would pay off everything. Like because I would just finish my TV mornings, jobs in like 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and I would get paid off for the hour.
Right.
So yeah, that way, like I think that I would do justice to them. But then I would always make sure I'm charging for the parking and the tolls. So a lot of clients didn't like that, but then
It's
so
just
they would give
business.
like bad reviews. But then I would just be honest. Like I'm like, come on, like you want me to come from New Jersey to New York because you can't find anyone the same rate over there who can do that over there. So you're trying to hire me. So I'm going to charge you for that. So if you don't want to do it, just cancel me or something. So I would have this conversation before. So I would just it'd be annoying, but then it is what it is. So the second thing was that, and the third thing was I guess trying to set my times. So if I kept my schedule like open for the whole day, I would get like a lot of jobs. But then if I would just set it for like let's say 6 hours or something, I don't think I would get so many jobs, because maybe the time that I want to work, not like no one wants to hire me, because they usually want to hire you in the mornings.
Yeah.
Because that's like usually like the prime time. Like if like someone wants to hire you from like an office or like I don't know, like a workplace or something, they probably hire you in the morning. But yeah, I mean it probably depended, but then that was kind of sad. Like what I would think would be like if they could do something where like they like you get like a request like for advance, like not for the same day. Like I think there was like reservations that you could make for like future, but then not too much, to be honest. Like I would just get like a lot of same day reservations. So that was like kind of putting me off there. So those are three cons. The pros I would say is I could set my own rates, so that was amazing.
Okay.
Second thing was it was an app, so if I'm bored, like I could just turn it off. Like like if I don't want to work, turn off. Third thing was I mean I could meet a lot of people, so build my connections. I made a lot of connections through TaskRabbit.
Awesome.
And I'm happy for that. Yeah, so that was like really good.
What advice do you have for somebody who's new to TaskRabbit? Like, if somebody was to do TaskRabbit tomorrow and it's their first time, what advice would you give that person?
All right. So the advice that I would give to that person would be very honest, because if you're just honest and you tell your clients that, hey, I'm good at this, but I'm not good at that, so they know where you're good at, and they're gonna hire you for those kind of things. So put that on your profile, what you're good at. Don't put your flaws on that, obviously, because everyone's gonna see the flaws. But then put what you're good at. Use the market rates. Don't charge too much, because you want to build your profile before you jump in and get like $70 an hour. So do that. Always be polite. Good customer service. Be positive. you get a lot of tasks which are like, annoying, but you just want to do it because you can make the money. You can use that. And if you want to do TaskRabbit, just clear your schedule and just keep TaskRabbit as your main goal. And if you don't get anything on TaskRabbit, try to do something else. So if you keep this mindset, I would say that you could make a lot of money.
We gotta be honest with the people. You gotta be honest with the people.
Honesty is the best policy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Cash, earlier you did mention that you mount TVs, that you do furniture assembly, right? So do you need any special tools? Does somebody need to have tools before they go into these jobs? And if so, what tools do these people need?
Okay, so that's a yes. Of course, you need tools because no one's gonna give you tools to like mount their TV unless they have them, and which is kind of rare. So you want to make sure you go to Walmart, buy the cheapest thing that you have over there if you want to start off with, unless you have tools that you could use, what you've used before. So yeah, once you get the hang of it, you want to like invest in like a good drill, a power drill. I would say buy a drill which has a hammer mode, so you can also break rocks, like mount things on like rock walls and stuff like that, brick walls. I mean, so yeah, so get a good hammer. I'm sorry, get a good drill, and then have like all of the bits like that you require, like different sizes. You want to make sure you carry some screws with you. You want to carry like washers because you never know. Like there could be situations where like you need those tools. There have been situations that guests have like hired me for things like where I had to like fix furniture. Like they hired me to fix their own furniture, which was like a little wacky. Like they tried to assemble it, but they didn't do it right. So yeah, like there I used my own tools, and I got paid a lot like to do that. So you want to carry extra tools. You want to.
So time out. TaskRabbit doesn't cover you for the tools. The tools comes out of your own pocket, right?
Yeah, they come out of your own pocket.
I'm just trying to clarify that for the people. Okay.
Even you could also put your car expenses on your taxes, like those kind of stuff, because obviously. So yeah, get your own tools, and make sure your car is like good enough to take you around. Like if your car won't take you further, like if it's like a scrappy car, I would say invest in a good car. Because you might get jobs where you want to like transport things. Like someone would buy a TV and they just don't want to go and pick it up, so they'll hire you to do that. So you end up making $50 just like go pick up something. Like So yeah, like have a good car, have good tools, and maybe you can keep like a step ladder or something if you want to. If you can put that in your car, because that could help you like mount curtain rods and things on the wall.
Okay.
And you could buy knee pads if you're probably gonna get like a lot of assembly jobs where you have to go on your knees and like build things on the floor. So invest in like good knee pads. Okay. And buy a good toolkit because you need a kit to carry all of your tools, obviously. So. Yep.
All right.
That's what I would say.
Cashish, really quick little update. My cell phone is at 8%. So we do have a few questions left. So how's the pay schedule like, right? So, okay, if you do a job today, can you cash out today or do you have to wait? Okay, so if I were to do Uber today, like if I did Uber from 8 a.m. to like 12 noon, I could cash out anytime. Can you cash out at any time doing TaskRabbit? Yes or no? And if they no, okay. And on what day would the tasker get paid on?
So, for example, if I do a task now, I would get paid like maybe 3 days after. Because the thing is, how TaskRabbit works is you have the guest's credit card on the system, so they charge the card, and then you get that money. So. Sometimes the credit card doesn't work because they put like a wrong credit card or something. So there are situations. So they say 3 to 5 business days. So if it's like a Friday, you gotta wait for a lot of days because there's a Saturday, Sunday, which doesn't count, and then
business days are just
Monday,
weekdays.
Tuesday, Wednesday, because it sucks. So yeah, you're not gonna get paid like right on. So you want to make sure that you obviously have money in your bank, and do not live paycheck to paycheck. Please have savings. That's how you're gonna get through this. Like, you know, you need money, like pay for your, like, you know, gas and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, obviously tips help you, but then you get paid like 3 to 5 business days, not on the same day.
And speaking about the pay, taskers should also save some money for every paycheck for tax season, right?
Yes.
Make sure you guys are saving
really
what?
important.
At
That is
least
very
30%, 20 to 30%.
Is a 1099.
Is a 1099. Yep, that's what I want.
TaskRabbit is a 1099, so you will get charged taxes on that, which is, I would say, what, 30%?
I think it's like
right?
20-30%. Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to make sure if you're making $100, save $30 in a bank account, which is going to be used for taxes. Because in the end, like after the year is over, like, you know, you would get like a IRS report, like you got to pay them like $2,000 or 1,500, whatever, depending on how much you made. So the more you make, the more you pay. And I mean, you know, you want to make sure you save that money.
Don't forget about Uncle Sam. He always has to eat. No matter what business you in, how big, how small, Uncle Sam always has to eat. Next question, Kashish. When you do a job, the customers can rate you, right? From a scale of 1 through 5, and 5 being the best rating. Now, have you ever got a bad rating before? And if so, what was the reason and what type of job was it?
I did have a bad rating. I guess someone gave me like a 1 star.
What?
And yeah,
how dare they?
It was sad. It was because they hired me for like let's say a Monday, but then and I did go over there on Monday, and then they're like, "Oh, it was a mistake. I want to hire you for a Friday or something." But I was like, "I'm sorry, but I'm here right now. So regardless, like you should have, like, you know, hired me for that day that you wanted me to hire, because it could be any reason. Like maybe he's just lying, like he wasn't ready for me or something. I don't know. So he should have at least texted me or anything. Like I got there and he tells me on spot. So I was just like, I'm sorry, like, you know, you're gonna be charged for the cancellation. He made like a big fuss. He's like, oh my god, like these guys, they're robbing my money. This guy came here, he didn't even do anything. And I'm like, I'm here, like, you know, I can help you. It's just that I don't know what to do here. Like he didn't even know what to tell me because he wanted to move, but I guess like something changed or something, so I couldn't postpone it since I was already there. So yeah, I mean, like that turned out to be like a bad experience.
Can you fight that rating off with TaskRabbit for they can remove it from your profile or no?
I did try to speak to them, but they were just like, you know, we cannot take it off the profile because
that's a shame. That for me would be a 4th con. I've done a couple jobs for TaskRabbit. For every job, I've gotten a 5-star rating. The last job, what was it? I think I had to cancel it. Something came up with the sneaker business. That customer gave me like a 1-star rating. So my 5-star rating, my perfect 5-star rating, went from 5 to 4.2. I'm telling you right now, guys, keep your ratings at 5-star or close to 5-star. As soon as you get to like 4.1, 4.2, nobody wants to hire you. You're damaged goods.
That is true.
Oh my god, bro. Like nobody wants to hire me. I'm like, bro, like just off of that one rating, like that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. So TaskRabbit, fix your rating system because it's garbage, bro.
It kind of like makes your morale down as well, because you're just like, oh my god, like I got like a 1 star. It's kind of, it makes you feel bad, but then you want to just get over it, because in the end, you know, if you get more 5 stars, you can average out that 1 star, and you'll still be like 4.9 or something. So that's even better than like, you know, like that makes you more real. Like, you know, they can see.
How much is your rating right now?
He's not like, you know, perfect. Like, okay, fine, he makes mistakes or whatever. Or like, you know, the client made mistakes or whatever. Like, you could always explain that situation to the clients if it comes across something.
Okay, we're down to the last few questions. Is there anything that I left out that you would like to add about TaskRabbit? Maybe about the chicks, because I know that you meet a lot. Nah, I'm just kidding about that.
No. Well, I did meet a lot of chicks.
Oh, snap. Okay.
I'm gonna say that
So then
you gotta pay for the internet as well, obviously, because you need the internet for the app. And yeah, your phone bill, TaskRabbit's not gonna pay for your phone bill, but you can put that on your taxes.
You can write it off.
Yep. And yeah, I guess we covered everything, to be honest.
If the people have any questions about the TaskRabbit business, can they contact you directly through Instagram?
Of course. I'm open to help anyone who has any issues with TaskRabbit. Like, think of me as TaskRabbit Godfather. I did have like a lot of experience in TaskRabbit. I'm not doing it right now because of my situation. Like, I got a new job as a general manager in Marriott. So, that's a really big bump. But then, yeah, I mean, if you need any help, I'm there.
We're going to leave it right there for you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact Cash. Or if you guys have any jobs for him to do. In what city are you in right now? For the people, in case if there's anybody by you right now that's trying to get some job done.
Right now, I am in Plattsburgh. This is a city in New York, upstate New York. This is close to the Canadian border.
Plattsburgh. All right. Cool. Kashish, I want to say thank you for your time, my brother. Thank you for educating the people. We do this for the people.
For the people.
We are here for the people. If there's any other business owners that are interested in being a part of my interview and educating the people like we just did today, feel free to comment below. Share your story. Listen, guys, we got to help each other out. I can't tell you how thankful I am and how excited I am to hear everybody's story, everybody's business. The more you learn, the more you earn. And that's fact.
That is so true. Yes.
Most importantly, bring your people up with you. I'm here for the people. So, Cash, I just want to say thank you again for spending some time and sharing some knowledge.
Sorry, Caesar. Before we close, I just want to make an announcement for everyone. So, if you guys want to do business or you have a good plan, you could always hit Tito or me. We're also looking to do something. If we find something which would work for all of us, just hit us up. We could discuss about that.
If the business makes sense, if the business is good, I'm down to take that right with you. And also something else, me and Cash, we are both hustlers. We make something out of nothing. If you give us lemons, we'll make lemonade.
That is true.
No excuses. We're ready to work and we're ready to network and get this project started. Kashish, I'm about to sign out. Have a great night and keep in touch. Peace.
Have a good night.